I personally think it's just something so sinister about men. Let me explain. Now, I feel like when it comes to men, they can be evil, almost demon-like, very methodic on what they do, very strategic on what they do. And like I said before, it's like we don't give them enough credit for how much they really do use their brain, okay? We like to be funny and say men are so stupid. They're so slow. No. They're smarter than we want to give them credit for. Because the way they know how to get what they want out of women, use women, just the grimy things that they do, it's just something so sinister about it. Like, you really have to, it's almost like it's no heart there, basically. And they will do anything to get whatever it is they want out of a situation, even if it's lying to you, using you, abusing you, manipulating you, and they don't care about it. That'd be my whole thing. They don't care about what they do. It's one thing to make mistakes. Maybe you're not a perfect person. It's like they know what they be doing and don't give a damn about it. The shit is scary, man. The shit is scary.
Whew, child, the way men plan, plot, and execute is so diabolic. It's so dark and evil. And the worst part is they don't even care. They will hurt you and move on to the next. Move right on to the next woman to hurt her too. They don't care. And they find pleasure doing this. This is what is scary. This video is going to shock a lot of you guys, in as much as it's going to be triggering. But I'll advise every woman to watch this video till the end.
It seems as if women want to perfect the social environment instead of existing within it. And what I mean by that is, like, imagine a hunter goes into the woods and instead of accepting the fact that there's bears and mosquitoes and old trees that might fall and dangers, instead of him accepting that, he starts complaining. Why are there bears out here? Oh my God, why are the mosquitoes biting? Instead of choosing to stay indoors and go live in the city and buy your meat out of a market.
So ladies, a couple things. Just so you know, men who think like this are sociopathic. Men who agree with them are sociopathic. Now, let's go ahead and address the low IQ nature of this argument. Because the truth is, when you suggest, oh, if you don't like those environments, just stay out of them, most bad things happen to women when they're out and about in their regular everyday life. Just trying to get to work, or they're trying to get home, trying to grocery shop, or they're walking in a parking lot or something like that. So we don't really have the choice. We live in the woods. That's why you can even come up with that analogy, because as a man, you always have the option of like not participating in this environment. And what's sad is men are so used to these like simulated environments that they have been able to create for themselves that they assume that our life is just like that. That, oh, well, if I don't want to get assaulted, oh, I just won't go to the club. Well, do you know how many women are assaulted like at church? Do you know how many women are assaulted at their workplace? Do you know how many women are assaulted on the subway? Like, what do you mean just don't go? It's also really crazy how men, and especially men of color, will unironically say these things without realizing this can be applied to a lot of really horrible, inhumane shit. And the crimes that like white people historically committed against people of color. It was literally popular when I was growing up. When a white person was being accused of being racist, they would just say, well, if you don't like it here, just go back to Africa. That's your argument right there in a nutshell. Do you know what I mean? Because women are not here by our own choice either. If we had our own choice, we would live in an environment that was perfect for us. That's how life works. That's what all life is trying to find, a perfect environment. Men have that, but it comes at our expense. And that's what men don't understand. When we try to make our environment even just livable, men feel like they're losing something. And just another fun fact, as a man, like as a male hunter, the last thing that you need to worry about is a bear, because you know who bears attack. They attack female bears. They eat their cubs so that they can then mate with them. They cannibalize their own species. So the only people that really need to be afraid of bears out in the woods are female bears. And that's how we feel about y'all. That's how female humans feel about you male humans. lines, because that's what you do. That's why we pick the bear, because we're like, well, I'm not a female bear, so at least this bear is not going to eat my cubs and then rape me. I'm not its own species. But that's how you males do females of the same fucking species as you. And you're proving that you're actually no different than a bear. The only reason that women were choosing bears over men is because, like, bears have nothing to do with us reproductively, and y'all do. But both of you are predators towards the female of your own fucking species, and you are sitting here like you're proud of that. You're admitting on your behalf and the behalf of all other men, and men are endorsing that message all over TikTok, that y'all are our natural predators and we should be afraid of you, and we should stay out of environments where y'all are the majority, or even where y'all could be. That's why women are dealing with y'all the way that we're dealing with y'all. Ladies, please remember, the thing that a hunter brings into the woods to protect themselves from all these bears and whatnot, that's what you need to have with you at all times. To protect yourself from the men out here that are literally plotting harm on you and then telling you to stay inside so that that harm doesn't happen to you. You need to protect yourself because these men are openly identifying as predators now, which means you have the right to treat them as such. Men have just basically come out here and acknowledged that they are a danger to us and that we should be afraid of them. And that if we go into any space where they are also present, whatever happens to us is not the fault of a predatory man who premeditated an attack or stalking or harassment or something like that. It's not their fault. It's your fault for being there. Please take that at face value. Instead of calling out other men and asking, hey, why the fuck are y'all acting like predators to the point where women don't feel safe going outside? They're like, why are you bitches like going outside? Don't you know what's gonna happen to you out here? Okay. Very well, but y'all are not predators, and we were so wrong for choosing the bear. Y'all don't fear being seen as predators. You want to be seen as predators. You're actually very comfortable with that. It's the way that you've kept your power all along, by resorting to violence and by resorting to literally animalistic behaviors when we're supposed to be evolved, when we're supposed to be human beings, when we've invented so many things that don't necessitate the kind of physical, mental, and sexual violence that y'all unleash on women every single day. But you do that because you are natural predators. You're our natural predators. And that's why we picked the bear. That's why. Because the bear is not our natural predator. They harass female bears. And apparently women need to be afraid of men. The way that y'all are coming out here saying, oh, women just want to perfect the environment. So you agree it's an imperfect environment. You agree it's a bad environment for us, and you're like, yeah, just don't go. It's the whole environment. It's the whole world. Where are we supposed to go? And since he brought up schools and daycares and colleges and workplaces, clearly he doesn't realize that that's exactly where these things happen to little girls and little boys too, because grown predatory men will prey on anything that's vulnerable. It won't be another grown man, but it will be a little boy child. They'll prey on that all the time. So when you talk about that stuff, I'm glad nothing like that happened to you, but just know it happens to boys and girls. And these are the predatory men that you choose to align yourself with, and you're like, well, just stay out of these environments. Well, guess what? Just because they didn't prey on you, that doesn't mean that multiple girls haven't been assaulted by coaches, doctors, college professors, fellow college students, co-workers. This is why we had the Me Too movement. Because it happened to so many women that it was just like when one woman spoke up, all these other women were like, me too, it happened to me too. And instead of listen and instead of actually believe us for once, these are the hoops y'all will jump through. You will justify being a predator before you justify women's legitimate claims that, yes, we are not safe out here. You'll be like, well, just don't come out here. And the out here is daycare, school, college, and work. Thanks a lot, and fuck you very much.
Men don't give a fuck about sexual assault. Women keep trying to explain them why it's wrong. They get it.
Since I've lived in Los Angeles, I've been sexually assaulted many times. And one of the people who sexually assaulted me was a friend that I knew in high school and that eventually moved out here to LA and is now a prominent actor. He's a well-known actor. And I have shared with past romantic partners and my male friends what he did to me and why we're no longer friends. because we were very close and people knew that we were close. And we had, I knew his family, I knew his baby mama, I was very close to him. In all the years that I've lived here in Los Angeles, and the men that I'm still friends with to this day, and the past romantic partners that I still am friends with to this day, who know what he did to me, every so often will bring him up casually. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that show or that movie or that thing? Oh, I heard about this. It's like, have you talked to them? Totally forgetting that man sexually assaulted me. Oh, I saw so-and-so at this event. Oh, I was reading this magazine article and so-and-so is on there. That's so crazy. Oh, so-and-so is working with so-and-so. And they'll tell me specifically this information because we used to be friends. But they forget about the really important, crucial detail about why we are no longer friends. Sexual assault and violence against women is not enough for men to write off other men. It's not bad enough. Because they could hear me say that this person did something awful to me. They violated me. They violated my body and my trust and my emotions. And still patronize this person, promote them, and celebrate them as though they aren't an assailant. And then say that they're a good guy and that they don't support sexual assault and that they know that sexual assault is wrong. But holding other men accountable isn't just like, oh, I'm not fucking with you. Fuck you, dude. That's fucked up. We're going to take you to the police. I'm going to beat your ass. It's also not continuing to support that person, lifting them up in high regard, and also bringing them up casually in conversation with the person that was sexually assaulted by them. Men know that sexual assault is bad and sexual violence is bad. They know. They don't give a fuck. So since they don't care about our safety and well-being, I don't think we should care about theirs either.
This is why they get so upset and emotional when I speak about coercion. When I say that coercion is sexual assault, they freak out. And we all know it's because most of them would never be able to touch a woman if they were not lying or being manipulative in some way. If men had to step to women and tell them the truth and show who they really are, none of them would ever have sex. Yes, they are predators, plain and simple.
The nature of a male is predatory because his ultimate biological goal is to pass his genes along. And guess what? Successful predators, they go for easy prey. And this is the reason why men keep talking about they don't want women of a certain age, of a certain educational background, of a certain finance, because those women are too hard. It's easy to pass your genes along to somebody who don't have no critical thinking abilities. So the nature of a male is predatory. It just is what it is. And so the more socially acceptable he is around his image, the more that becomes a uniform to hide his true nature. And a lot of men hide behind images. And since people buy images, it's real easy to make a person believe that you something that you're not. That's why they call it the wolf in sheep's clothing.
I think all men are predators because they will pursue you just to get in your pants. They will pursue you just to touch your kids. They will pursue you just to get what they can out of you. Then blame you when you don't give what they want to them at any time and at all times. I really think that they want to misunderstand women on purpose. I think that they want to hurt all women. And if you get in my comment section and prove my point by arguing with me and saying, oh, well, women do this and women do that, just because I'm coming out with my trauma response, only predators get upset when you expose them. You get what I'm saying? Only predators will take this video as me talking to a predator, okay? They will get defensive when they feel like they are being attacked. How is this making you feel like I'm attacking you if I didn't even say your name? If you know in your heart that you're not a predator, you would come in the comments and being peaceful and loving to prove me wrong. The fact is, I don't believe any man is capable of that. That is the thing. I said I don't believe, okay? I believe that all men are predators. But if you show me that that is true by arguing with my statement instead of coming in gently, I'm gonna think that you're a fucking predator.
Inside every provider, there is a predator. So the dark masculine, the predator energy, is an essential energy in the man. It is absolutely essential. All men should have this. If your man doesn't have any predator energy, you probably don't trust him. And the reason you don't trust him is because you don't trust that if a mouse came into your house or an intruder, that he would be able to protect you. So the predator energy is the energy that gives a man the ability to go hunting. It gives the man the ability to take a bullet for you. It gives the man the ability to tackle down a man that's trying to attack you. Okay, so this is very essential.
If men can be promiscuous and sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, but women can't be promiscuous and sleep with whoever they want to sleep with, or they'll be considered a 304, then who are the men supposed to sleep with? Each other? Because it seems to me like men are saying, yeah, we love to have sex with women, but we don't want the women to have sex with us back, because if so, then they're a 304 or they're easy. So how are you supposed to naturally be a man and be yourself and do what you want to do with multiple women if you don't want women to participate? Because I guarantee if all women say, okay, well, we don't want to have sex anymore, you guys will go crazy. So it's illogical. Just like a man, okay, say we have 50 women in a room with 60 men, maybe even 55 men. All 55 men and 60 women engage with each other somehow. Basically, they all have sex with each other, right? But then men get at a certain age or a certain point in life where now they're like, okay, I want to get married, but I want to marry a woman a woman that has not been touched. But at the same time, men want to touch all women before they even get married. So how is that possible? So now I understand why men go after children, because they're fresh meat. They say this out of their own mouths. They want children that have not been touched. I want a girl below the age of 25 or 21 because they've already touched all of the other women and poisoned those women in their eyes. Now they want to poison the fresh meat. Men are showing us that they are predators. We have to, we just listen to them. They're screaming at the top of their lungs that they are predators.
I think one of the most disrespectful things a man can do is try to get women into a vulnerable emotional state purposely to take advantage of the situation. And stick with me because this is what I mean. I was talking to this guy that was purposely, obviously trying to befriend me, and we started to get into a serious topic of conversation about our past traumas, this, that, whatever. And we were having what I thought was a serious, really deep emotional talk that was really comforting. However, I understood what his motive was after he changed his demeanor and tried to come on to me after I was becoming more vulnerable. Men that try to get you into a vulnerable state simply to take advantage of the situation and to take advantage of you is a form of predatory behavior. They are predators. It makes me think of the scenario where men that genuinely are commenting on a woman's very vulnerable video and giving sympathy and empathy, and then another man comments, "She's not gonna hit, bro." It's the same thing. These men that use women's vulnerability to manipulate and coerce them or take advantage of them are the same men that get mad when other men actually have sympathy for us. The response of "she's not gonna let you hit, bro," to having sympathy and empathy towards a woman and having any sort of human emotion or connection to another woman is literally incel brain rot. The fact that men can't even fathom having a genuine human connection to another woman, there's really no other reason for you trying to have a genuine human connection with a woman other than trying to have some sort of sexual conquest, is literally insane. And it's why there's a male loneliness epidemic. Nobody wants to have a genuine connection with you because you don't know how to do that without taking advantage of someone.
Our apex predator is men. Come on. Why are we protecting men at all? Men are afraid women will laugh at them. Women are afraid men will kill them. Confessions only took 30 days to write. Things that I hadn't thought of in a decade or more were now coming to the forefront, like being kidnapped and at 13. When I was asked if me and Diddy had sex, and I said, not to my recollection, that's intentional. I am manipulating everybody here. If you hate me, I wanted you to hate me. I make money off that. I'm a genius.
Most men are fucking evil. They have a much higher propensity to be evil as compared to women, which is why you should always believe that it's all men. And I am going to give you 100 reasons why you should believe that it's all men. First, starting off with statistics and where the statistics came from. First, with male violence. 96% of sexual violent perpetrators are male from the DOJ. 91% of child sexual abuse is committed by men. This is from Crimes Against Children Research Center. 98% of mass shootings globally are committed by men from the Violence Project. 88 to 90% of homicide offenders worldwide are male from the UN Global Homicide Society. 82% of intimate partner homicides are male perpetrated from the CDC. 70% of domestic abuse survivors report male perpetrators from the Journal of Interpersonal Violence. Homicide is the #1 cause of death for pregnant women by male partners by the BMJ. 94% of military sexual assault perpetrators are men from the DOD. 80% of acid attacks worldwide are committed by men from the Lancet. Men are the majority of human trafficking perpetrators, UNODC, so that was number 10. Next, in regards to emotional laziness and empathy deficits. Men consistently score lower in emotional intelligence from the APA. Men overrate their empathy but test lower than women from the JPR. Men recognize emotion in others less accurately from the Emotion Journal. Men show less neural response to other suffering from the Biobehavioral Reviews. Emotional suppression is taught to boys by age 4 from the APA Gender Socialization. Men externalize distress through violence more than women from the JCP. Next set of statistics is in regards to cheating, lying, and workplace fraud. Men cheat at 2 times the rate of women in relationships from the IFS. Men lie more during job interviews from the HBR. Male negotiators lie more, especially to women, from the JESP. Infidelity correlates with narcissism in men from the ASB. Men use moral licensing to justify betrayal from the JPSP. The next set of statistics are in regards to fatherhood, child neglect, and abuse. 90 to 95% of child sexual abuse is male perpetrated by the DOJ. Fathers more likely to physically abuse children from the DHHS. Absentee fathers linked directly to youth poverty and crime from the JFP. Only 27% of non-custodial fathers see their children weekly from the Pew. Present fathers still do less than 30% of parenting labor from the JMF. The next set of statistics are in regards to coercion, control, and bystander complicity. Coercive control is predominantly male from the JIV. Male abusers use pets to control partners, society, and animals. Men interrupt women 33% more from the APSR. Men abuse disabled partners at twice the rate of women from the DA Project. 3% of men confront friends who make rape jokes, Promundo. Male allies do 10% of the labor women do, Gender and Society. Men are more likely to disbelieve victims they know, from the JCMC. Men intervene in harassment 50% less than women, Psych of Men. The next set of statistics is going to be from systemic sabotage in regards to finance, healthcare, and law. And we are currently 4.5 minutes into this video, and I'm only on number 35. 93% of workplace homicides are male perpetrated, from the BLS. 91% of white-collar criminals are male, from Stanford. Male CEOs underpay women and cause more workplace abuse, from the HBR. Male-led banks more likely to collapse, from the JFE. Medical testing focused historically on male bodies, from the NEJM. Male doctors misdiagnose women 2 times more often, from the BMJ. Male-dominated courts have higher conviction disparity, from Harvard Law Review. The next set of statistics are in regards to education and authority abuse. School shooters are 98% male, from Everytown. Male teachers are more likely to harass students. This is the Department of Education. Male professors dominate sexual harassment cases. This is the AAUW. Male administrators suspend girls of color disproportionately. This is from Education Week. Textbooks authored mostly by men erase women's contribution. This is from Sociology of Ed. The next set of statistics are in regards to media, corn, gaming, and imagination. 93% of on-screen violence comes from male characters, from the GDI. Male artists promote coercion and dominance in lyrics. This is from the Psych of Popular Media. 85% of video game violence is male-centered, from Media Psych. Male characters use sexual violence as plot device. This is from the Feminist Media Studies. Violent porn increases male desensitization to rape. This is from the JSR. Men simulate rape in VR 8 times more than women. This is from the JVR. Sex dolls overwhelmingly created, owned, and abused by men. This is from Gender Studies. AI girlfriends programmed and deleted by men. This is from the HCI Journal. Fan culture glorifies male anti-heroes. This is from the Cultural Studies Review. The next amount of statistics is in regards to male-on-male harm. Most male victims are harmed by other men, from the CDC. 94% of prison assaults are male-on-male, from the BJS. 85% of gun violence victims are male. 90% of shooters are male. This is from the GVA and FBI. Hazing is overwhelmingly male perpetrated. This is from the JAH. Male veterans face sexual assault from male peers. This is from the VA. Suicide rates in men linked to male social norms. This is from the NIMH. Men emotionally abuse male friends under guise of joking. This is from Men and Masculinities. LGBTQIA men attacked mostly by heterosexual men. This is from the GLSCN. The next set of statistics is in regards to harm to the voiceless, such as animals, AI, and corpses. 99% of necrophiles are men. This is from Forensic Psych. Male morticians more frequently charged with corpse abuse. This is from the NCJRS. Men commit 5 times more bestiality crimes. This is from the JIP. Men torture pets to assert control. This is from the Link Coalition. AI girlfriends are built, broken, and erased by men. This is from the MIT Tech Review. Men simulate degradation in VR fantasies. This is from the JVR. The next set of statistics is in regards to global systems ruined by male power. 94% of global weapons trade controlled by men. This is from the SIPRI. Male CEOs run the 100 most polluting firms. This is from Carbon Majors report. Male leaders more likely to cut environmental protections. This is from the Environmental Poll Journal. Surveillance tech disproportionately is male created. This is from the SNS Journal. Men lead institutions most prone to wage theft. This is from the EPI. Financial crisis often traced to male-led decisions. This is from the HBR. Male-designed hospitals fail female diagnosing standards. This is from the BMJ. Male-majority governments underfunded maternal care. This is from UN Women. Schools run by male boards overlook child abuse. This is from the Education Trust. Next is psychological fallout and male denial. Men overrate their IQ and EQ, from BJ Psych. Men react to critique with deflection, not reflection. Psych of Men. Amygdala scans show male defensiveness to harm data, neurosci of emotion. Men discredit facts when faced with male-centered data, JPSP. Men conflate discomfort with injustice, APA. Not all men is a defensive ego, not ethics, SPPS. Data about male harm triggers denial, not accountability, JPSP. Psychological fallout and male denial. Men monopolize leadership in political systems that restrict women's rights, UN Women. 30 seconds left of this video and I only made it to 86. That should tell you about how evil men are and the fact that they've pretty much went out of their way to ruin every single thing it is that we have. Never ever let a man or a woman convince you that it's not all men. Out of all of the men that are not evil, there's not enough good men to protect us from those evil men. Please stay safe.
Can we talk about how an average African man is a rapist? Can we talk about how they do not respect the word no? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about sexual assault in the African community? Can we talk about how some pastors touch children? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how the African boy, the African child is not taught how to respect women's boundaries? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how women are being dragged for telling their stories? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how even in the church, the pastors are pedophilians? Can we talk about pedophilia pastors in the African community? Can we talk about how y'all use the Bible to manipulate children? Can we talk about how the majority of African girls gets sexually assaulted growing up? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how women are being shamed for getting raped by African men? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how nobody stands for the girl child? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how fathers cover their cousins for touching their children? Can we talk about how mothers stay with, pick-me mothers stay with pedophilias? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how maids are being maltreated and touched by their bosses, but they are helpless because they come from a very poor background? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how the wives are enablers of pedophilias? Can we talk about it? Yes, we have to talk about it, okay? We must talk about it.
A friend of mine was hit starved to death just because of beans. That the beans was not soft enough for a man to eat. I've experienced coma go 3 times. I'm telling you my life history.
You saw those signs. What happened? You were in love. You just ignored the signs. Continue ignoring the signs now.
Okay, ladies, the way men plan, plot, and execute is so diabolic and evil. It's so dark and evil. And the worst part is they don't even care. Ruining women and moving right on to the next to ruin her too. That's what a lot of men do. It's going to shock a lot of you guys that there are so many men who make it their mission to purposely and deliberately destroy women's lives. Do you guys know this? There are a lot of men who go out there to destroy your lives. Like, they go out there to hurt women. Like, they find pleasure hurting women. And a lot of you are so naive to this aspect. Few years back, a guy told me this. He actually sat me down and he spoke to me. I was going through a terrible breakup and the person who advised me was a man. Do you know what this guy said to me? He told me, Sonia, let me advise you. A lot of you women fail to understand that most men are not good people. This is what a man told me. This was in 2019. This guy told me most men are not good people. He told me this was in 2020. This guy sat me down and told me, Sonia, most men are not good people. Most men don't come with good intentions. Every man has a strategy. Every time he approaches a woman, he has a strategy and he knows what he wants from that woman. A guy is not confused. He knows exactly what he wants and he knows what he is doing. A lot of men come with a strategy on how they are going to manipulate you, either with a relationship, manipulate you either with money or with sex to get whatever they want from you. This guy told me there are a lot of men who are evil. And he told me there are more evil men out there than good men. He looks me in my eyes and he told me this. He said, Sonia, for every guy who comes to you, there's a 90% chance that he is evil. Do you know what it means for a man to tell you, for every man who walks up to you, there is a 90% chance that he is evil and a 10% chance that he's a good man? And that 10% chance, you cannot rely on this man to protect you, to mean well for you, and to have good intentions for you, because most of their intentions are not good. This guy told me most men are not good people so many years back, and he told me to be careful. And he said men know that a lot of women are naive to this aspect. He told me a lot of men know that women don't know the extent to which they are bad. He said women don't know the extent to which women can be evil. He told me this in his words. He said, you guys are so naive, you guys are so ignorant about how evil men can be. The thing is, a lot of us women underestimate men. We underestimate the way men can be manipulative, men can plot, and men can execute their evil. We underestimate them. That touch your thinking. A man has thought about it and thought about it. Like a man is thinking 5 steps ahead of you. That's why they always tell women to think like a man and act like a lady. Let your mind think like a man, because a man is always 5 steps ahead of you. A man is always 5 steps ahead of you with his words, his thoughts, and his deeds. Everything a man does is calculated, it is intentional, it is strategic. In as much as there's always an exception to the rule, how are you going to know the good guys from the bad guys? Because we live in a day and age where even the bad men know how to act like good men. So you're dealing with a guy, you don't even know what he's capable of. You don't even know who you're dealing with. You cannot tell if he's good or evil. A lot of men are out there seeking vulnerable women so they can use her, abuse her, and feed their ego. They are also looking for strong women to manipulate and humble these women, make these women insecure. How many years back, a guy putting me down to tell me how evil men can be, and actually telling me to be careful, because a lot of these men do not care. There are a lot of crazy psycho men out there. Dealing with men can be scary sometimes. Some of the best advice I've gotten concerning men are actually from men. Yes, like the best advice I've gotten concerning relationships, concerning dating, are actually from men. One of the highest things that I got from each of these men is men have the provider instinct, the protector instinct, and the predator instinct. Before a man is a protector or a provider, he is a predator first. This is what I want you to know. Before a man is loving and caring and nurturing, he is a predator first. The instinct to be aggressive, the instinct to subdue, to be violent, all of these things, he has it. This is what I want you to know. So when you're dealing with a man, there's a predatory side of him which may not come out often, which he doesn't show often, but it is there. Men will basically hurt you and move on with their lives like you don't exist. Men will do the most. They will kill, they will steal, they will abuse, mistreat, and they will sleep at night like nothing happened, and they will move on to the next girl to do these very same things to her. You guys need to be very careful. When you're dealing with men, have it at the back of your mind that this man has a predator side, and you don't know when it can pop out. You don't know when it can pop out, so be very careful. It is what causes them to do all of these nasty things which they are doing to women. To do all of these nasty things which they are doing not only to women, but to children and to other men. That's a bitter truth. So besties, what do you guys think concerning this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Everything that needed to be said has really been said, and I don't want to keep repeating it. So I'm going to leave this video here. Share your opinions. I'm dying to see them, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.